Taking a look at the latest where you are now. It's the ITV News. Good evening. A murder investigation is underway on North Tyne side following the death of a woman in her 40s. Police were called to a suspected assault on Russell Street in North Shields shortly after 10 o'clock last night. The woman was taken to hospital and died of her injuries a short time later. A male teenager and a woman in her 50s have been arrested. A section of the pier wall in South Shields has collapsed following days of strong winds and waves battering the coast. The destroyed part is close to South Shields Lighthouse. Access to the area has been restricted and the pier gates have been closed. Rescue services across the northeast coast are urging people to stay at a safe distance from the water in the adverse conditions. A Northumberland woman has flown to Spain for a major operation. Melanie Hartshorn has the genetic condition Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which makes her joints unstable. Recently, her ribs have been dislocating, leaving her unable to talk or breathe properly, and she needs an operation to restabilise them. She's hoping to recover to continue her teacher training. Events have been taking place at Beamish Museum in County Durham ahead of Holocaust Memorial Day. They included an exhibition and candle making, and visitors were also able to listen to a talk about the thousands of children who were rescued from Nazi-occupied territories. Many came to our region on the kinder transport trains. The leader of Newcastle Reform Synagogue says we must never forget their stories.
It's the children who produce the future generations. And the theme this year is bridging the generations. Now, without children leaving a war-torn country, there would be no generations to follow. They would not have had children or grandchildren.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my mother escaping on the kinder transport, being saved by such wonderful people.
Brenda brought to life for me the history in the northeast of England of the Jewish community and how personal it is to many people.
A struggling Teesside church dating back 1,000 years is getting a new lease of life thanks to a local partnership and celebrity endorsement. St Cuthbert's in Billingham is one of the oldest and most famous religious buildings in the region. After years of decline, it'll soon be jointly run by the local community, with further support from North East superstar Sting. It's fared Saxon warfare and centuries of stiff weather, but St Cuthbert's Anglican Church in Billingham has failed to fend off modern-day financial pressures and dwindling numbers. In 2024, the parish applied for closure, but the wider community just couldn't let it go.
It's our heritage, you know, and it's important to keep such buildings. There's too many just closed and left to go to rack and ruin and fall into disrepair. And it's just an important project to do.
The Friends Group and Durham Diocese have reached an agreement in principle to run the building together, combining worship with fundraising events to keep its centuries-old tradition of bringing people together alive.
Go back to the 900s and the thousands. That's what the monks were like at that time. They built this. It's a very big church. It reflects the wealth that there was at that time, generated by St Cuthbert and him as a source of pilgrimage. So we've got to just mirror that now 1,000 years on and make it happen again. But I'm sure we can.
Clubs and festivals are already regular fixtures. A folk event was so successful, musician Sting says he'll play the venue once the heating's fixed and has put money towards the ancient building's maintenance.
It really generated a lot of interest from the community, a lot of income for the Friends, and hopefully going forward into this year, we'll continue to get even bigger and better.
The church will still lay on its regular services, weddings, baptisms and funerals, meaning its evolving future still retains its treasured past. On to sport now, and in the Premier League, it was a disappointing afternoon for Newcastle United. They welcomed Aston Villa to St James's Park, who went ahead at 19 minutes. A 2-0 win was secured for Villa with this header from Ollie Watkins just before the final whistle. that's it from the weekend team. We're back with more news and sport in Good Morning Britain. The weather forecast is coming up next with Emma. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you soon. Bye.